Hey, water sign. How you guys doing? This is January 4th and 5th. Yes, I know I did a January 4th reading, but I don't know. This is kind of, none of these messages are about January 4th and 5th anyway. They're really just messages that want to come through on those days. So something's needing to be said today. Something's needing to be said today. And boy, the other readings are really incredible. And I don't think yours is going to be any less incredible. I have a new deck here. My friend Jen, thank you very much for sending me this. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. I just unboxed it this morning. It's really cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's see where we go here. A couple of cards for you. I haven't even read from the book, really. I've just been doing channeling around it. So it's been enlightening. Let's just say that. Okay, so... Turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Wow, all about gratitude. Isn't that, I love these cards. Oh my God, the energy of them is so beautiful. The abundant universe will provide. I'm sensing that is a concern for some of you. And some of you also may be doing pretty well, but not really seeing it. You're wanting to grow more. You're wanting to expand more. And that is pulling you off your feeling of gratitude. So it's time to move back into gratitude, and then things will expand, okay? So yeah, and I have my little gratitude dish here that I just got also. So you might want to look at that a little bit more or something. Let's see where we go here. Gratitude spirit. The turkey. Yeah. All right. Underneath here, orphaned. Why? Why have you forsaken me? Message in a bottle. Once you shift back into that gratitude, even gratitude for things that are difficult, okay? This, eventually, you know, when feelings of pain and everything like that mellow, you start to be more philosophical about it. You're like, you know, I can really see now why this happened, why this person left, or this relationship ended, or this job ended, or something, you know, came in that was difficult, like an illness or a car accident or something like that. Feeling like this is a, why have you forsaken me? Instead of seeing the bigger picture of why this went down. And I think that's where you're going here. And I also think the universe is going to bring in some new things that could not have existed unless that happened. Unless that marriage went away, you were never going to be in connection with this new person. Unless this job or career evacuated, you were never going to try something new. You were never going to go down that road. You know, even though it wasn't good for you, or it felt off or not exactly what you wanted, you're like, well, you know, nothing's perfect, telling yourself that. But you still were searching for, why is this so bad, or why is this so painful? I feel like the universe will provide that message. Okay? Yeah. Another 5. 5 of Pentacles. Could have been an illness. Could have been something like that. Lovers. Chariot. There's your Cancerian energy. 5 of Cups. Another 5. Wow, you've really been through some big change here. 4 of Wands. High Priestess. Page of Swords. Death. 2 of Wands. 5 of Swords. Wow, you have 3 5s here. 3 of the 5s. The one that's missing is the 5 of Wands. In some way, and you know, don't get mad at me when I say this to you, but in some way you've asked for this. Your soul has asked for this transition, this transformation. Very powerful. Very powerful spiritual teacher. Either becoming that or learning from some very powerful spiritual teacher. There's choice here. There's decisions. Decisions were made. So that you could have this. And the way to get there is through that gratitude door. Okay? Through that gratitude door. Yes. Oh my goodness. Star, Eight of Cups, Queen of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. I'm seeing in the extended, I will look at Gemini, Aquarius, Scorpio. No, I can see Scorpio and Cancer. That's you guys. Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces. I see all the water sign. It's almost like you are now, the answer to the question of why, you are now on your correct path because that happened. So you could have had a really nice life and somebody that you were married to, or a really nice job, or something was really good. You did not want that to go, but its time was up. Time was done. Okay? So I feel like you might be looking maybe a little too much at the past, focusing a little bit too much in the past. The message that is going to show up can show up in a spiritual way. Okay, so let me just move this off to the side here. The message, because I see this, remember I said about going to a spiritual teacher of some kind? You could be going to I would recommend if you're thinking about going to a retreat or some kind of spiritual class or something of that nature, I feel like you're going to have a major epiphany by doing that. You see, like you're accessing the book of knowledge through this spiritual journey that you're on here. That's when the message will come through. I want to see this. So if you're thinking of doing that, you should do it. Why is this Five of Swords here? Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Three of Cups, cheating energy. Oh yes, cheating energy. So some of you could have, there's some kind of cheating either on you or with you or around you, or some kind of behavior that made this untenable. So you might have been in a marriage that was meh, but they cheated. And that means I cannot countenance that, right? That's like your line in the sand. Something happens to you in this transition, in this change, that causes you to look at the world in a new way. It might not be that somebody does something evil to you or anything like that. But through the course of this spiritual awakening that is going on here, you're seeing things in a different way. So something that would have been fine with you, even, now is like not fine with you. You're recognizing that you are going into a spiritual, you probably have already had an awakening, okay? But this is a deepening of it. This is a period where you are really going through a transformation and seeing things very differently, seeing the path forward quite differently. And then somebody does something, a person who has been in your life does something. It could be very innocuous. It could maybe not even include you, but you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not going there anymore. It might have been okay with me at one point. I don't want that, right? Like doing a lot of drinking or going out a lot or even like that stuff, like something has shifted. Something has massively shifted for you. For some of you, there could have been cheating. There could have been somebody, excuse me, who was a secret, either in your marriage or around you. You could have been the third party or something like that. But now, while that might have been okay for you at one point, no longer okay. Whatever's being revealed to you is teaching you gratitude and showing you the path of abundance comes through gratitude, comes through that place of being grateful for what you have. So some of you could have had a younger fire sign It's just a flirty thing. I'm not necessarily saying it was real full on cheating. It was just like this desire. It was feeling this desire again, felt good to you in some way. And so that has kind of come back to bite you in the ass a little bit here. You just wanted to feel that again. And now you're like, oh, I don't like that. I'm not doing that. That's not part of who I am. You're coming out of a phase of, I feel like you might have even been a little depressed in your situation, but it's almost like you didn't even know. You didn't even know how yucky it was until something happens. And you're like, I got to change this up. Okay. Something really occurs. It's not a tower. It could even be peripheral to you. It could even be through friends, or you're hearing of somebody and you're like, I wouldn't have thought that was a big deal, but now I do think that's a big deal. And I'm going to change how I'm doing things. Very much going through that right now as we move into 2020, into the new year. Okay. So there's some fire sign here. So I'm going to look at, let's see, I've got Aquarius and Taurus. Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini. I've got all the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. So Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini, and then I will look at a fire sign. Not sure which fire sign, but I'll look at a fire sign. Okay? All right. Link is below for you. I will see you on the other side, January 4th and 5th. Water.